Hey yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose back again with another Gems of War world event team video for you guys. Now in this one, we left the frozen glacial peaks kingdom and made our way over to the Forbidden Forest, which is in the Maugrim Woods. So that's going to be where we're going to be settling for this week for this world event, the Forbidden Forest world event. And before we start things off, let's take a look at the lore. The Wargear were beset by eldritch demons, so we offered to help them. They were nervous at first, but soon accepted our aid. Collect eyes and wings to demonstrate your friendship to the Wargear. So that's going to be the focus for this world event. We're going to be collecting eldritch eyes and eldritch wings for this world event. But we want to take note of the medal for this event. This is a skull and spell damage medal. So all troops in the event will receive 160% skull and spell damage throughout this entire event. So you want to make sure that you have these attached so that you're able to whack the enemy troops and just blow through your battles. All right, what is the scoring for this world event? So there are 6 battles that players can encounter during the event: Ancient Horror, Zatet, Eldritch Disciple, Uvashka, Scion, and the Elder Dragon. The battles are randomly chosen, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. Scoring you can find for the following rewards for each of the different battles you may encounter: Ancient Horror, 3 Eldritch Eyes; Zatet, 4 Eldritch Eyes; Eldritch Disciple, 4 Eldritch Eyes; Uvashka, 3 Eldritch Wings; Scion, 5 Eldritch Eyes; the Elder Dragon, 5 Eldritch Wings. Each eye is worth 2 points, and each Eldritch Wing is worth 3 points. The battles against Uvashka and the Elder Dragon will drop a variable number of Eldritch Wings, on average of about 1.18 times the base amount. So that's what you want to keep in mind here. The Elder Dragon, I should say, drops the most Eldritch Wings, followed by Scion and Uvashka. So you want to take your Scion battles over Uvashka, and then definitely either Zatet or the Eldritch Disciple should be dropping the same amount. And you want to, always bypass that Ancient Horror battle unless there are no other battles for you to take. So yeah, that is it for the scoring. The teams for this event are going to be following up right after this, as well as a team for the Underspire. So this is the first team for this Forbidden Forest World event. The Doomed Glaive is going to be my first choice for a weapon for the hero. This is an amazing weapon. It's been around for a while. I think it should be well known that this is one of the best, if not the best, doomed weapon in the game, right? So this deals AoE damage and magic plus 1. Sorry, I should say it deals magic plus 3 damage to all enemies, plus 1 per tempering level. Then it converts brown gems to doom skulls, and if the enemy has a doom, it will create 5 more, and it will gain 3 mana for each green enemy. It's a really, really good weapon here, and it should be helping me out big time when it comes out to killing out the enemies for this world event. I'm using it with the Warden hero class here. Of course, you can switch this around and possibly use other hero classes, maybe like Titan, to make it a little bit more, spanking fast and maybe dealing some skull damage along with the spell damage. But I'm decided just to work with it with Warden for now. Why? Because Warden is the class from the Kingdom this week, and it has some, nice talents as well. So, for example, Hunt, the Root Trap, the Nature's Aura to allow my weapon to get spell ready really, really quick. And of course, that's banishment. So if there are submerged troops on the enemy team, we're going to make quick use of them with this class. Then, secondly, on the team, we have the Midwinter Lycan. This right here is a newer mythic troop from the Maugrim Woods Kingdom. And of course, all the troops for this event, Maugrim Woods, all the weapons for this event, Maugrim Woods. So slim pickings if you don't have all of these troops, but I'm going to showcase as much as possible to see if I can, go for something really high and then something really low for different players here. The Midwinter Lycan has the spell Howling Blizzard. So he deals a decent amount of damage to all enemies. Then he creates a mix of 16 curse and freeze gems. Of course, sometimes this can backfire, but for a world event, your main focus here is just to one shot the enemy troops, and this will allow you to do so. The troop is impervious, and it also has a decent final trait of the Icy Terror. It will inflict freeze and terror on a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems, and it has some skull damage reduction. As you can see from the left of the screen right here, I have the Potion of Enchantment, Potion of Explosion, Potion of Rejuvenation, and the Potion of Armor selected here. And I have one Medal of Omens set, so I'm getting 160% skull and spell damage for all troops in this event. Then we have the half mana star troop for Beast, which is the Forest Guardian. He's going to be right here because of his final trait. And of course, if you need to cast him, he's really good, right? The Nature's Ally is a really potent spell. He will transform purple gems to skulls, and he transform brown gems to green, and all ally beasts are gonna gain barrier. And as you can see, this entire team is made up of beast troops. And of course, at the back of the team for helping me out to get spell ready, just in case the board does not get the troops going, I have the Moonsinger here because this is an empowered troop converting purple gems to green and hunters marking the first enemy. So everything on this team synergizes well in killing out the enemy very fast and making use of both skull and spell damage. All right, now let's take a look at the banner on this one. Wow, what's happening to me today? The banner on this one is the Tangle banner from the Entangled Woods War Bands, right? I think it's a War Bands banner. Yes, it's a +2 on green, +1 on yellow. Then we're minusing purple because obviously we're converting that away with our Moonsinger. All right, let's hop into a fight, man. This is yeah, the world event, the Forbidden Forest world event. We're going up against the Elder Dragon here for this one. And let's see if we can get the troop spell ready. There we go. And whichever you want to cast here, you're going to kill. Decided to go with the glaive because why not? We don't usually get, that much opportunities to use doomed weapons for certain events. Sometimes we have to use the hero as a generator. But it's really nice to be able to use him as a main damage dealer in this world event. And I want to apologize about the spoiler videos. I know some persons were looking forward to the spoilers for the current PvP season, I should say. But I wasn't able to get it done, man, simply because getting the images for the troops proves to be near impossible, right, Cam? Could not get them no matter how much I tried. So you know how it is. Hopefully next week I can get them, but it's gonna be like that until we have a guaranteed source as to procuring the spoiler images and the full information about the troops. Because sometimes the current avenue of getting it is not very reliable, and even separate apart from talking about not being reliable, it just does not present me with all the information when you need it. You know what I mean? Terran's World was just such a good avenue so as to get spoiler information, man. I really wish Terran comes back to the game and starts putting out more stuff, but gotta do what we gotta do, man. Gotta work with what we got. Let's go for the convert here. And I think that should be it. We're not gonna go over this too many times. This is pretty quick team. Works really nice, and that's basically it. All right, so we're gonna be following up with another team right after this. And this is the second team for this Forbidden Forest World event. The Judge of the Dead is going to be at the top of this team. This is a underworld troop from the Hellgate faction. Yeah, that's associated with the Maugrim Woods Kingdom, and his spell Soul Arbiter is pretty good for this event for lower level players. Just go down to the Hellgate faction. You should be able to toss a couple Chaos Shards at the portal so as to procure a copy of the Judge of the Dead. Standard AoE damage here, boosted by souls. So more souls he has, the more damage he does. It's not going to be that easy to procure souls. You should be able to get a couple from the final trait on the troop, the Soul Verdict. 3 souls when an ally casts a spell should be helpful, but it's not that much. So you really want to, rely on your medals here so as to carry you through this event if you're planning on using this troop. Then the Wolf Hammer is going to be on this team. This is a generator type weapon from the kingdom. Um, I think it creates green and blue gems. The blue gems are going to be useful. The green gems are useful as well, but not as much. And it's just going to be there as a stand in this team. You don't really want to cast this. I'm using it with the thief hero class here because I want to get more purple gems falling on the board. The purple gems are going to be here for getting my Judge of the Dead spell ready as quick as possible. Then in the generator option here, we're having Charonas on this team. This is another Hellgate faction troop, and he explodes purple gems. And for each purple gem that he explodes, he gains souls. That will generate mana and allow your Judge of the Dead to deal more damage with this team. Then at the back we have the Spirit Fox right here. This is just going to be here so as to um, get things rolling with removing those yellow gems and dealing true damage. If you want to as well, and you just don't have the troops, you can put on 3 copies of this with some other generator weapon, and you'll be fine for this world event. This troop is stealthy, so just make sure the hero is not stealthy, and you'll be fine. You just can whack him and go through this. Let's take a look at the banner on this one. The banner here is the Slayer banner from Drac Zoom. This is a +2 on brown, +1 on purple. Then we're minusing yellow. If you want to go +2 on purple, you can as well. Let's go see +2 for purple, minusing green, minusing yellow. There we go. The Fanged banner. You can use that as well. Let's try that out. And let's hop into a fight here. We're going up against the Eldritch Disciple in this world event battle. And we're not going to take long with this one. We're just going to make it real quick. See if we can kill out the enemy troops here as fast as possible. And then we're gonna move on. So you guys see it. If you rest on your what do you call them? If you rest on your medals for this event, you will do fine. If you try and try and be more fancy and not use as many medals, you're gonna struggle here because you're gonna need those medals for this event. All right, let's see if we can match some gems, get our troops spell ready here, and now just kill them. There we go. And then you follow up with this for the last amount of damage. As you can see, you would now cast that Charonas at the back of the team, and then he would just explode those purple gems, getting mana back to your Judge of the Dead, and you cast your Judge of the Dead once again. All right, let's do one more fight against the Nah, I think we're gonna stop right here. I'm not gonna go and use much of my sigils right now for this. We're gonna move on to the Underspire team right after this. So this is my starting team for the Underspire for Maugrim Woods. Timberwolf is going to be on my team. This is a decent generator from the Kingdom of Maugrim Woods. 12 mana cost, elemental war gear. Spell is Strong Bark. He explodes all brown gems. Then he will gain armor boosted by brown gems destroyed. So more brown gems he explodes, more armor he gains. Really, really tanky troop, to be honest, because this thing got spell damage reduction 25% with spell armor. It has skull damage reduction of 33% with the bark skin. And then it has agile, 20% chance to dodge skull damage. So overall, right here, this has the most overall damage mitigating, option in the kingdom. It is the most damage mitigating option in the kingdom. So skull damage, spell damage, name it, dodging, all that good stuff. It's really good to see a tank like this in the game. Then we have once again the Wolf Hammer here on this team. This is going to be here because it is, you know, slim pickings within the kingdom of Maugrim Wood. So I decided to go with something here that can get boosted by troops from the kingdom, and this should work really, really well. Once again, we're using the Warden Hero class here because we want to get that Leaf Storm going, and of course that Banishment is going to be pretty useful, and of course the Root Trap as well. Then Midwinter Lycan is making a show on this team. This is, one of the better, stronger, loopy options. There is another option there, which is Lunarillion. If you guys want to try him out on a team, he is pretty good. You can swap out just to give you an example, you can actually swap out. Let's go back here, and then you can swap out your Midwinter Lycan and go Lunarillion on that one, right? Just in case you want to make things work a little bit quicker, you can roll with that, and it does get the job done. But I think for the starting battles, I would go with the Midwinter Lycan here, simply because he's just different mana colors from what I'm using right now, and it's a little bit quicker on the earlier fights. As the battles progress, I need a stronger damage dealer. Then I'll switch out and go with Lunarillion, the Cosmic Dragon for purple from this kingdom. And at the back, once again, we have the Forest Guardian as the troop that's giving a 50% mana start to the Midwinter Lycan as well as to the hero class. What's the banner on this one? The banner here is the banner of elements from the Nexus Kingdom. So this is a +2 on brown, +1 on blue. Then we're minusing yellow. We could decide to minus a different color, but I think I'm going to stick with yellow for this one because the weapon creates green and blue. So yeah, let's hop into a fight, man. Underspire for Maugrim Woods. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, so let's see if we can get mana to the troops right here as quick as possible, especially the hero weapon. That's what's going to get things rolling really, really fast. And there we go. You cast the Midwinter Lycan afterwards, and yeah, you should be going through this, you know, relatively quickly for majority of the battles. If you're sticking to a team like this, if you move it around too much, it's going to be a little bit more problematic. But I think that this should be fine. This should be fine. Um, let's see what we can do here. All right, let's match this over. Oh, my voice sounds weird. And now let's get mana to the Midwinter Lycan here. Who is going to be the one that we're going to kill first? That one at the top. Very nice. There we go. We got the Lycan. And yeah, he kills him. He kills him. All right. So I think that's it, man. I think I might want to just take a look at the Soul Forge. I didn't look at it before. Oh, I didn't even switch my metals. Oh Lord. I should have switched my metals. You always want to remember to switch your metals. All right, what we have in the Soul Forge, man. I want to make sure there's nothing snazzy here that I missed, and I should have made mention of it. I have enough to craft Chrysantherax. Wow, I can craft another Chrysantherax if I want to. Let's take a look at it. Nothing important here. Dread Captain Grim and Possessed King is here, and yeah, there's nothing else that I think that I want to make mention of in this video. So hopefully you guys and gals found this video helpful and informative. If you did, remember to hit the like button, comment to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.